going on, good people? Welcome back to Cook It Up Chris. So today we're gonna make some steak and potatoes. One plate dish. Let's get this started. So I already got some some water heating up over here. Just gonna salt it to get it going a little quicker. You hear hood people in the background, but it's all good. So we're gonna start out. We're gonna get us about 4 or 5 potatoes. That's a small one. There we go. And we're gonna peel them, then we'll cube them up. Alright? And now that we got these babies peeled, we're just gonna go through and we're gonna cube them up. Now that our potatoes are cut up, we're gonna take them over in. Dangerous. Now before we put the meat on the board, we're gonna take some of these onions from the Mrs. Garden and we're gonna cut these babies up. Now question. Our onions didn't grow huge, well not all of them. So do these count as shallots? Or what? I don't know. Still hadn't figured out exactly what a shallot is other than a small onion. Alright, so since these babies are not on the bigger side, all I'm going to do is quarter them. Might not even do that with some of them, just cut them in half. And now we're just going to put them to the side and wait for the next step. First, I got a family, a big family. So I was about to get some, what was that? Some stew meat, but I was like, I can't call it steak and potatoes if I get some dang stew meat. And then I was like, okay, let me get this top sirloin. And then I was like, but I'm gonna cut it up so it don't matter that it's so thick. Then I saw this called sizzle steak. I ain't never seen it before, but now it's still steak and potatoes. So we're just gonna cut this up into smaller pieces. I'm gonna get this cast iron heating up right now. Go down with a little oil and cut this up. Alright, so I'm just taking this. These would be some nice things for some Phillies or something. Huh. It's nice and thin. Wow. Okay. But all I'm going to do, you can get some strips, you can get some cubes, whatever you want. I'm going to start with some strips and cut it into some cubes. So starting here. Little cubes, hopefully they come out about the same size as a potato cube. We're gonna go in with our steak. You saw how thin it is, so it's not gonna take long. And now we're gonna add our onions over in.
I'm crying now, Dad. Onions gonna make me cry, Dad.
Alright. Now, meat's about done. We're going to take our meat out, but leave our onions in. So we're trying to work around the onions. If you mess around and pull some onions out, it's alright. At this point, with all that loveliness in here, we're going to go down about a half a stick of butter. And you're probably guessing it. We're going to make us a little gravy. Just about a tablespoon of soy flour we're going to go down with.
Let's.
Now we go in with our beef stock. Now we're gonna get into there with some of that AP seasoning.
Yes.
We're gonna let that thicken up some. Alright, now we're gonna strain our potatoes out. So since I don't have 2 cast iron, I'm going back into that pot with my potatoes. And I'm going in with my steak. These babies together. And you might have noticed we hadn't seasoned it yet. That's because now at this point, we got our on some low heat, but we're gonna hit it with the M9 steak seasoning. Not much to it. Get it hit, get it mixed. Everything's already cooked. We're just mixing it together. And we're done. Let's get it plated. So we're gonna go down with the good old steak and potatoes. You see that beautiful seasoning all over. And for the real ones, we're going over top with that gravy. Ooh, that's some beautiful stuff. Ooh. So can I get a bite before we done? Bone done. Steak with gravy. One of them beautiful potatoes. Oh, too tender. Broke apart on me. Let's scoop one. Ooh, got that onion too. That's a whole dinner on the plate right there. Y'all enjoy that.